Hey class, and happy Tuesday. Okay, so we're going to do things a little different for this makeup video because today was pretty robust as far as our lessons. So I'm going to go over everything we did for our 8 o'clock. And then when we get to our 9 o'clock and our 10 o'clock, I'm going to review what work you have at home, but then there's going to be a separate video for those lessons, and we'll get to why that is here in a second. So for this morning, make sure you get your notebook out because we're going to be answering our vocational question of the day. And then we're also going to do something a little extra having to do with our transition passport. So I'll explain that in a second. But first, let me click on our vocational question and go ahead, and once I'm done talking, you can pause this video and get that done. So your vocational question of the day is, when do you prefer to work? Do you prefer to work early morning, during the day, or at night? So an example could be, I would prefer to work blank because blank. So make sure you write a big, beautiful, complete sentence, and go ahead and do that now. Pause this video, get that written, and then unpause to hear what's next. Okay, hopefully you wrote your vocational question of the day. So what's next is we're going to do this piece called the transition passport. So in the next, upcoming weeks, we're going to be working on this passport. And what that is it's going to be a compilation. It's going to have everything you need so to make sure that you're successful in getting a job after high school. So it might have maybe an inventory of jobs that you like. Maybe it has skills that you're really good at. It will have practice job interviews, little questionnaires, or practice job applications. And it's also going to have your resume. So your resume is going to be a document that we're going to be building the next couple weeks, and we're going to type it eventually. And it has all of your good information, all that info that someone needs to see before they hire you, okay? And we're gonna get more into that here shortly. But before we start that, the kind of first little piece that we're going to do is I want you to start thinking about that information. So we're not typing yet, but what I am asking you to do is to go ahead and write down your full name, your address, and your phone number. If you have it written down, it's going to be easier for us to type it later into this resume that we're going to build, that everyone is going to build, okay? So you can pause this and get this done where you're gonna write your full name, address, and phone number. And make sure you put this somewhere where you can keep finding it, because we're going to add to it, and then eventually we're going to learn how to put this on Google Docs and how you can put it in a living document on your iPad, so you always have it. Okay, that's exciting stuff. So 2 writing activities for this morning, so you can pause and take a peek at that. Okay. All right, so that is everything for our morning class. Make sure that you're watching your CNN 10 or completing that daily journal like you always do. I had some one-on-one slots that I was doing, so that's what you see there, and hopefully I will get to one-on-one with each and every one of you this week and next week, okay? All right, so next up, we have our reading and math. I'm gonna go over what we're going to do, because then I'm going to have separate videos for those. So for reading, we're reading chapter 3. And while we read chapter 3, we're going to highlight some vocabulary, okay? And then with that vocabulary, you're going to create flashcards. So 3 things we're going to do with chapter 3. We're going to read, we're going to highlight, and then on your own, you're going to make flashcards. So I have a separate video of me reading and highlighting those words side by side together. So just look for that chapter 3 video. And if you did make it to the Zoom classes, you're just watching this as just an extra, you can watch that chapter 3 video as many times as you need to practice it, okay? So look out for that separate video for that reading. And then same with math. So with math, we did a next dollar up strategy. It was interactive. So it might it's definitely going to be less interactive via YouTube. We can always do it, and we are going to do it again. We're going to do it again on Thursday as a group, if you can make that class. And if not, maybe we can one-on-one with it. But I'm going to go over that presentation together and then show you what your assignment will be for that. So that is a separate video, okay? So you have 2 separate videos on top of this one. Yeah, and that's it for today. So you have this video, and then go ahead and find chapter 3 and next dollar up to watch with them, okay? All right, a lot of work, but not a lot of work. It should be fun, and if you miss anything or you don't get to it today, you've got tomorrow to make up for it, okay? All right, watch those next videos and have an awesome Tuesday. Bye, class.